Hey everybody, Jake Knopke here. This painting tutorial is a painting titled It Calls Me. I created it in December and January 2022, 2023. It's one of my personal favorite paintings. It's got a really soothing vibe to it. Anyway, this is the very end of the painting. I just kind of wanted to give a quick glimpse into how it finishes up before I show how it started. So let's transition here to the start. I am always looking for new ways to begin a painting from blank canvas. But this method in particular, I always come back to. It's one of my favorite ways to intuitively put something on the canvas to get the process moving along, spark the creativity. Basically, I have a graphite stick there, and I am, without thinking, just applying shapes and lines and movements, and it's always a game of balancing. If you've ever listened to a video I've done, I say that all the time. So when you add something, you got to balance it by adding something else until there's nothing left to add. I did spray some water first thing. And there I am getting some gesso out. So the canvases that I buy are already primed, but I always like to add some more gesso. Okay, so there's no gesso there yet, that's just water. So I'm kind of just blending. Looks like I'm going in for some gesso here. So this is a way to push things back and create some different tones and shades. The charcoal or graphite pencil that I used will smear and blend in with the paint. It's water soluble. So from the very first layer, I'm always looking to add depth, and layering adds depth. So by the end of this painting, you'll probably never see any of these shapes or designs, but one thing leads to another. More water, and that's just pure water in a squirt bottle, spray bottle, straight from the tap. I don't use any special water. Sometimes you gotta sturdy the easel. There we go. So I'm just adding more gesso here. the charcoal is definitely starting to drip. I've added enough water that it was dripping, which is an effect I use and really like. So I started applying a lot of gesso to that one area. Really obliterated that shape. This is my way of kind of getting uniformity, doing a bunch of broad brush strokes all in the same direction. This video is slightly sped up. It's about 1.5x. This is a dark color that I pre-mixed. I believe it's Payne's Gray. And I'm just using a palette knife here. I'm listening to music, and a lot of times I will let the music guide me in these initial stages. So I'm kind of just painting to the rhythm. The music varies a lot. I'll obviously pick the music depending on what kind of mood I'm in. Diluting the paint on the recent additions, creating some drips. You can still see that initial large square that I drew in charcoal, but it's getting pushed further to the background. And this new tool that I'm using is a catalyst. They come in lots of different shapes and sizes. This one's the original, I believe. You see a lot of it being used by abstract artists. It's basically I don't know what the material is, maybe like a silicone. It's very soft and rubbery feeling. It's a great way to completely remove paint or add a thin layer. So I'm still going with gesso here. Which I actually will use as white. Throughout a painting. Titanium white is definitely brighter. I use both. Apparently I'm still having problems with the easel being on a flat surface. Now this next portion of the video I accidentally recorded in time lapse, so it will be moving pretty quick. And this is the beginning of that. So here I'll be adding a lot of water and a lot more gesso and just blending. Really, this stage is all about finding a composition. In a large painting like that, you play around with it a lot until you find something that clicks. This is a 48 by 36 inch canvas. The end of this time lapse is coming to an end, and here we go. This is the next recording. I've sped it up, just not as much as the video recorded in time lapse. So this color, I believe, is more of the Payne's gray. It could be a very dark navy blue that I've mixed. So now I've kind of got the painting speaking to me in a direction it wants to go. So I'm really defining the composition more here. Putting in some negative space where there's some large shapes. So that blue that I've been using, it's always the same, but I'll add some white or maybe some black to just change the tone of it a little bit. Looks like I've lightened it up a little bit here. So the techniques I used at the beginning, I kind of used throughout the entire painting. You'll see me use lots of water to blend and shade and add drips. Help keep the paint fluid and workable. I really do love to paint wet. You can get more of a look and feel that usually only oil paints provide. This video is complete at this point. I am going to create the second video on this and hopefully have the entire painting done in 2 videos. Thanks for following along. As always, let me know if you have any questions or comments. Take care.